when you put on a festival like the mural one, are you guys how is that funded? Are you guys paying the artists or is it all volunteer work? What goes into that?
Oh, we pay the artists. That's our kind of our biggest expense is paying the artists. So we fundraise and we get grants and we get sponsorship from businesses and the property owners that are getting the murals on their buildings usually contribute a bit. And then, yeah, we we pool it all together and we see how many murals we can afford and we pay the artist by the square foot. So the bigger the mural, the more they get paid. And we pay people pretty well. We pay them on par with other mural festivals around the world because we wanted to be competitive so that we could draw in folks internationally. And so far it's worked.
Oh wow. Are we getting people internationally coming over to do that?
Yeah, so this last summer we didn't because we didn't want to encourage people to travel during a global pandemic.
Understandably.
But the year before we had three people from Canada and one woman from Argentina, and then folks from all over the US as well. We had someone from Miami and from Washington and from LA, and then we always also focus on having half the artists be local.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's like a nice balance of bringing in fresh perspectives and yet still, providing an outreach for the local citizens to kind
Yeah,
of
and
participate in that.
I think it's so cool to see the work that folks who are not from here create when they come here. And there were a lot of really interesting pieces where they were inspired by our local scenery and the history and the stories they were hearing. And so they created these pieces that really tell the story of Eureka from someone else's perspective, which I think is such an interesting thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like we're building our art collection. We're collecting pieces from all these awesome artists from around the world. It's like such a neat thing to think about.
It's got to be hard, sort of like a double-edged sword after you put up a mural and then having to paint over and put up a new one and it's like, "Oh, but you almost want that rebirth of a new perspective, I guess in a way. That's kind of the beauty
Yeah.
of art is you get something new out of it each time."
And that's one of the reasons that we called it the Street Art Festival and not a mural festival. I think when people think of murals, they are a fixture that'll be there forever. Whereas I think street art has a little more of like an ephemeral quality of it's gonna change. And we haven't painted over any pieces yet, but we have 5-year agreements with all of the property owners. And so there's always the possibility that we could. And I think that there's something really exciting about freshening it up and keeping it changing. And I know that makes a lot of people really nervous, but
Yeah, people seem to struggle with change sometimes, huh?
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think if we can pull anything from COVID is that, we're all going to be really well acquainted with change by the time this is
Mm-hmm.
all done, for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if people will embrace it more or if they'll be like, I've had enough of that and I would like things to never change again.
Yeah, to go back. That's the thing is who knows what life is even going to look like after all this? Like what normal is going to be after?
Yeah.
Are we going to be
I
able to
think it's funny. People keep saying like, yeah, when we're back to normal and back to normal, it's
Yeah,
like
what
I
does that
think
mean?
we've been away from normal for so long. I don't think it exists anymore. Like I think that there will be a new normal. Also, I
Yes.
think that there's a lot of potential to make things better than they were before. And I think I hope we take advantage of that and we don't just do it all how we used to do it.
That's definitely one of the positive ways you could look at it, right? Is that we are in this hardship, but in these dark times there's always that opportunity to come out stronger for it and to do something better than we came in with, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people are hoping that that's the direction we take. Obviously nobody wants it to be worse or stay like this for much longer, for sure.